Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone tonight? It's cold. It's hard to take this weather without poetry and stories. So let's see if anybody's home on your side of the lens and wants to join in. Welcome in. Come right on in. Yes, I'm avoiding the bright light still. Still giving my eyes a lot of rest. Yeah, it's darker than it normally is. This is too dark for me. But let us begin with some AI generated poetry. Of course, you can type what you want in Chat GPT, then it will produce whatever you're asking it to produce. And if you don't like it, you can just change the parts that you want to change, keep the parts that you like, and then you have your finished product. Some of these poems and stories are going to be really beginner's level or intermediate level, but just the same, on a cold winter's night, it's a way to relax and enjoy. This must be a poem about cheese corn, Captain Crunch, and Reese cups. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. I'm going through my little library of poems and stories I've collected for the last couple of years. I'm waiting for whoever wants to come in and warm up in the chat. I'll wait a few minutes to see who's going to come in. But you all have been so good to this YouTube. I finally got, well, there's June. Ben, don't forget about the RCs and bomb pops. Okay. Honey, I got plenty of those in my poems. So you just get your RC cola ready, because you're going to hear a lot about that. I'm just waiting for you all to get comfortable in the chat and put on my chap lips here. Put on my chap lips so I can read to you all. I got my water and my fruit smoothie. I made the usual blueberries for the eyes, the mango for the stomach and digestion. And what else? I put in there some nutmeg, I think. Nutmeg and some fruit, yogurt. Yeah, fruit yogurt. And I was trying to show my eyes a little bit of love, so that's why the lights are so dim. But um, I may have to stop and turn them up because I don't want to fall to sleep. And it's kind of dark in here. It's darker than I like it to be. But anyways, this poem, since you're in here, June, I'm going to dedicate this poem to you. It's a poem about cheese corn Captain Crunch and I think RC Cola. Fan bombs use chap to grease Miller's truck brakes. Ooh, that's a good one. I need a poem about that. I'm so glad you put it in the live so I could save it and do some poems about it. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is dedicated to you, Miss Fleming. Oh, how tasty is the cheese corn, Cap'n Crunch, and Reese's Cup galore. But if you want to stay slim and trim, it's best to show restraint and no more. Well, that's short, but yeah, Susie Q cakes too, and Little Debbie's too. Don't leave out them. Okay, generate what? This one is about your cat, I think, June. About your cat, Diamond. It says generate about the cat who wore diamond earrings. Oh, okay, well, your cat is Diamond. There was a cat so fine and dandy that he wore diamond earrings so grand. He stuffed, he strutted around like he owned the town. In fashionable style, he'd outclass any clown. He'd purr and prance as if he was royalty. His diamond earrings were the envy of all. He'd groom himself in front of a mirror, which made him look even more endearingly bizarre. His friends were always in a hush, for his diamond earrings made them blush. He'd tell them tales of his adventures that made their whiskers quiver in fervent pleasure. But one day his earrings went missing, which put a huge damper on their blessing. The cat was so sad, he was in despair, and the culprit was never found nowhere. Okay, that's that does fit your cat, June. That fits your cat, Diamond. Grass loves to eat grass. Yeah, that's a good title for a poem. It sure is. Oh my goodness, it's such a good title. I think I'm going to turn the lights up a little bit later though, because this looks kind of spooky. And June, our brother Ace used to always tease me 24/7 about something, my weight or something or other. And Inchie, oh my goodness, when Alfred Hitchcock came on TV, she would say, she'd say that was me. She'd say it was me, so I don't want to look like Alfred Hitchcock with with half my face in the shadow. Okay, this one, oh, Hank the Tank. Oh my God. You know, you may have been too young, Junie, to remember on television Smokey the Bear was always on television, and I've had a crush on him since childhood. So I have so many poems about bears. If you wonder, am I hung up on him? That's why, because Smokey the Bear. Okay, this is a funny poem about Hank the Tank, a bear on the way to the teddy bear's cookout to eat up all the food. Oh, Hank the Tank, a bear with a plan to eat up all the food at the teddy bear's cookout. He filled up his belly while gobbling the grub, then snuck off so no one would shout. He munched on the muffins, ate all the scones, then filled up on honey and toast. He polished off on a pie, then filled his cup with honey and jam that he loved the most. That makes me want to vomit, Junie. That makes me want to vomit all that sweet stuff. He kept on eating and noshing away until the whole picnic was gone. But the teddy bear still had a great day, even though Hank the Tank ate 'em all. Did I miss something today? Did I miss something in the news today? I I didn't see anything. I have been avoiding political news because they just are too much for my nerves. Honestly, I have been avoiding political news and haven't even filled out my ballot. I'm going to, because in this state I have no choice. I have to vote in this state. The prices and everything else is out of control. But if I was in a small state, I would probably just say forget it. It's just ridiculous. Alrighty. I don't know why I had this dream that somebody came to me and wanted to buy 300 poems and stories that I had written. And of course, I was going to ask for the maximum dollar amount. When I started calculating that in my brain, I said, this YouTube is actually a gold mine. I keep asking everybody, especially if they're retired or over, say like 40, getting close to those retirement years. I keep asking everybody, don't wait, get on YouTube, because they're stepping up their game, trying to bring in more advertisers to find more ways to do revenue sharing. And they're starting to show a little more love for the over 40 crowd, or I'll say over 55 crowd. They're starting to show a little more love. And the days where people had to spend millions or close to it in order to produce one video, those days are gone. People are flocking to the videos that everyday people produce. They don't want that, Hollywood film movie anymore. They want down to earth, what they call authenticity. So I almost didn't even comb my hair, June. I almost jumped on the camera without combing my hair, just let my curls go wild. But now that's just too much authenticity. So, where did I leave off with Hank the Tank? Okay, the next one is a funny story about two skunks, bow legs. Once upon a time, there was a pair of skunks with abnormally bow legged legs. Despite their unusual appearance, they were best of friends and would often go on wild adventures together. One day they decided to go on a journey to the nearby town. Along the way, they encountered many people who thought their bow leggedness was hilarious. People would laugh and stare at them, muttering, "Look at those two skunks with their bow legged legs." The skunks tried to ignore the stares and laughter, but it was hard to do when they were constantly reminded of their strange condition. After a while, the skunks began to make up jokes about their bow leggedness. "Hey, did you hear the one about the two skunks with bow legged legs?" one of them would ask. "No, tell me," the other one would reply. "Well," one of them said to the other, "you know what? Our bow leggedness is actually an advantage. We can get into places twice as fast. Twice as fast." The two skunks laughed and laughed at their silly joke. As they continued their journey, they were surrounded by laughter and smiles instead of stares and whispers. The two skunks had learned a valuable lesson. Even in the face of adversity, humor can be the perfect remedy. Well, of course, that is no lie. That is no joke. Let's see if there are any more good poems here. Well, yeah, Claude McKay. That's probably copyrighted. They won't allow me to post it if it's copyrighted unless I take it from their side. If I go into their database and pull it down, then I could post it. But they run everything that we put on here. Google or YouTube runs everything through a copyright checker, and we can do the same thing. So they um, they will pull that down. Let's see, what else do I have here? The greatest. No, that's the same one. But yeah, June, you'll be amazed when you start to see how much people are actually making for these short videos. Even they're paying now creators for short videos, and they're, I think on October 15th they increased the length of the short video, can now be, I think, up to 3 minutes. So it's so tempting just to jump on and dump content on YouTube just for the sake of building up the library. quantity instead of quality, but that's not a good idea because, you know, if there's all that quantity with no quality, eventually the word gets around on all the other social media platforms. Don't bother your time with that YouTube, you know. So it's a blessing in disguise not to have a bankroll just to produce one video. That's a huge asset there. So might as well produce something that people can benefit from. You know, like our cousin Warren said, he said these poems and stories, the people in the rest homes, they would love these, you see. So um, eventually this can make its way, this YouTube can make its way to the people that are in managed care. So in hospitals, wherever, they would appreciate it. Anything just to relax their mind. So yeah, I get tempted just to start. You know how I'm a workaholic, June. I get tempted to just start downloading everything from my podcast over to here. But I figure I'd rather put the quality on there because the more people that are willing to uh, listen to the content, and the longer they listen to the content, the more YouTube pays. So, retirement is not for everybody. There's many people that, include myself, that if there was an option to stay, I would not have retired when I did. But I knew that, they, that I had stayed so many years that I would eventually work and give back everything that I worked for. So, no, I wasn't going to do that. But I don't think I'll ever just want to stop working, period. I enjoy relaxing, and I enjoy my retirement, but I don't think I just want to stop being creative. That's what I mean. I don't want to stop being productive. So, ka-ching is good money. It's good money. And really, I'm not even monetized yet. But what I learned this week, excuse me, what I learned this week, I think the lady's YouTube is called Dash, Dough, Dash. She she finally monetized her YouTube after years of being on there, and now she's doing really well. I think for October her money is over 8,400. November 1st, she made over $500 for that one day. But she might have made 10,000 in for the month of October. So yeah, but the thing that I learned from her YouTube, and you might want to check her out because she always posts good information. Um, she monetized finally, but the thing is, you go through these different steps and you have to make sure you go through all the steps. And at the end of the steps is activation. There's a couple steps for authorization. In other words, they want you to, click the boxes to prove that you're not a bot, you're not a robot. And, ways that they can make sure they're paying you and your money doesn't get snatched away through a phony email Because once you become monetized, you get a lot of scammers in your email and everywhere trying to steal your money, telling you click on this link, click on that link. Um, but what I learned is she did everything she thought she was supposed to do, and she was so happy seeing all the money just build up. And then they sent her an email and said, your account may be deactivated. She was, you know, upset, wondering what happened. And she read everything carefully and found out she didn't click whatever she had to click, or take the steps that she needed to activate her monetization. So, you're not forced to monetize. You can use YouTube without being paid, but why? When they're making it more accessible for more people to um, to get paid and to earn. And the money is, it's they have different revenue streams. If you don't like what they have now, just stick around because they're constantly working to get more advertisers to come up with more different ways. They used in the past they didn't always pay for short videos, but now the short videos, after you are monetized, the short videos is also another stream of revenue. So, and there's a lot of details to learn, but the good part is as soon as you click on one or two YouTube videos, they automatically start sending you similar creators that are on the topic that you are interested in. So, yeah, I'm reading your notes, Jude. Judy has a skit saying that she's pregnant at 62. Her daughter's posted it, or it may be on Instagram, not sure. That's another thing about your content. If you post, and maybe you might want Judy to know about this. If you post your stuff on Instagram, make sure you all post immediately to YouTube and other places, because what happens is some scammer comes in, steals your content off of Instagram or some other platform, and then if they posted on your information on YouTube first, according to the YouTube guidelines, community guidelines, the first one that posts it is the owner. So they can take all your stuff and put it on YouTube, and they get paid what you should have gotten paid. And yeah, there's ways to appeal it and fight it, but in the meantime, they got your bag, you see. They got your bag. So, you know, I guess the good thing is to do what you love. It may not be for everybody, but if you're going to post content, make sure it's something that you love and take your time and enjoy it. You know, so that when these things come up, because there's going to be things that come up like that, scammers in your email, scammers everywhere, that's going to take away your time, so your money and your time. So you don't want to uh, have to set aside time that you could create content, and you don't want them to take away your production time. That's what I'm trying to say. Uh, but are you all freezing there where you are? June, are you guys freezing cold? It's cold here. I'll wait for your I'll read a poem while I wait for your answer. This poem is about nature and beauty. Nature is the source of beauty. It shows us wonders every day. The sun that rises and sets, the moon that glows and wanes, the stars that sparkle and fade. Nature is the canvas of beauty. It paints us pictures with its colors, the green of the grass and trees, the blue of the sky and sea, the red of the flowers and fruits. Nature is the music of beauty. It sings us songs with its sounds, the chirp of the birds and crickets, the roar of the lions and thunder, the splash of the rain and waves. Nature is the teacher of beauty. It teaches us lessons with its wisdom, the cycle of life and death, the balance of order and chaos, the harmony of diversity and unity. Nature is the gift of beauty. It gives us joy with its presence, the warmth of the sun and fire, the coolness of the moon and water, the breeze of the wind and air. Nature is the love of beauty. It loves us with its grace, the care of the earth and soil, the nurture of the plants and animals, the embrace of the family and friends. Ooh, Chat GPT. All these things that are coming out now have this AI in it. And so now it's so easy just to pull together content, put it on here and your other platforms. Ka-ching, ka-ching. AI can do so much. I'm thinking there's so many different tools. I just have to find the right one so that I can pull together. Like they say, I want to scrape some of my content together, and that way I can publish it on here. Because when you publish it on here, you're the first one to publish it. You considered the creator and the owner. So, that's basically the same thing as publishing it in a book. But you have a marketing and distribution arm right here with your YouTube. You, the creator, you are the business. And you can find out from your state of, go to your government, whoever's the office of the state, Jane Doe, John Doe, whoever is the Secretary of State is what I'm trying to say. For your state, go to their website and find out what they charge for an LLC. There may be different fees depending on how you structure your LLC. But some attorney, Tyler Chow, is on YouTube and she's advising. Yeah. Yeah, me too. Me too. That's what I was thinking in my mind. I felt like a kangaroo the other day hopping around from one assignment to the next. Exactly. Yeah. But Tyler Chow, this attorney, she's now on YouTube, and she used to uh, I had the legal department in Hollywood and all these movie studios and you know these big uh, Fortune 500 companies. She worked in their law departments, but she wanted to break away from that and just cater to those of us who are creating content. So she's on YouTube if you want to check her out. Tyler Chow, Chou. But anyway, she was saying that in some states you can pay a small amount for your LLC to become licensed. And it may be an annual fee, I don't know. I've been so busy, I keep thinking I'm going to get time to go to the Secretary of State's website and find out how much it costs. But I'm sure they're here in this state, you're going to want thousands. Oh, yeah, Junie, we think a lot alike. I was thinking I'll be glad when I can monetize this platform here and maybe my podcast when I can monetize so I can pull up to a Lakers game. I used to love to go to the Lakers game, but now they want thousands and thousands for the nosebleed section. Whew. And I'm not going to pay a cable bill. No, I'm not going to do that because I'm not going to sit and watch cable that much. So I'm not going to, this state is so expensive that nearly everybody, everybody that you meet is just wants to go. They just want to go because it gets to be a burden, and you pay your utilities. That don't mean they're not going to turn the lights out. They had this whole building blacked out one day last week, or this week, I think it was. And I was thinking, wow, maybe I shouldn't have paid my utility bill in cash because I had just paid it a couple of days before. And I normally don't pay it in cash, but I said, well, maybe the guy kept my money because the everything was black. Then I opened the door, the whole building was black. And so, um, it's funny that they would do that, even though they owe us, because we get those climate credits, and they know they owe you money, but they hold on to that. I noticed they took off not all that they owe me. That would have wiped out my bill for maybe 2 months, or brought it down to nothing for 2 months. They just took a few dollars and put it toward each bill. It's crazy. California, they know how to work your pockets. They're pros. They're really pros at that. But we're starting to wise up. I know I am. You gave me, Junie, one site. I'll find it in my email. You gave me a site that I could use for the one that you used for your notary's license. You see. So you may not even need since you're a notary, you may not even need the Secretary of your state for your LLC. You can do yours and mine. Yeah, you probably could. But you gave me the address, the lady on YouTube for the, I think it was accounting and paralegal studies. And I found another one this week for real estate broker, but their headquarters in Hawaii, so I need to find one here because when you're when they're out of your state, they know California's a big state. They could wipe their feet on us and nobody's going to protect us. The state is too big, and we'd have to hire an attorney in order to get someone to protect us. So you live and you learn, honey. You live and you learn. So, that's the upside. They're constantly burning your pockets in this state, but you're getting an education that you probably couldn't afford to pay for anywhere else. You know, you know exactly what not to do the next time. you, you learn from the school of hard knocks. But yeah, the Institute of Paralegal Studies, thank you. I'll look for them. That might even be better than the accounting, but I think they offer accounting too. But the paralegal studies, the accounting, the real estate, there's no getting around that if I stay in this, living in this state. There's no getting around that. So I'm hoping to generate enough through my social platforms to pay for, education for wherever, UCLA, USC, anywhere, everywhere, international. It's the only way to survive now, because we, we, when I tell you, yep, it sure does. It's, it used to be a time where, hey, you know, those days are gone where, you could just not keep the pencil sharp, you know what I'm saying? Keep the pencil sharp and the calculator ready and pinch all the copper off the pennies. Yeah, those days. That's the days we are in now. Well, I want to get some more lives on here some more poems on here because got a lot of bills to pay. Looks like I'm healthier than I thought. So I'm going to be paying bills for a few more years. Looks like it. Oh boy. Um, the flood, family, and animals. Let's see what that is. That's maybe Noah and them. You notice all these foods, all these salmonella in everything nowadays. You notice that? I got some eggs, which I usually avoid eggs and most dairy, but I know I need the enzymes. So I grabbed some eggs thinking, well, if I just pray over them, they'll be okay. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that was the right prayer for those eggs. I don't know. Okay, this says a poem about the flood, the ark, animals, and people. The sky was dark and the rain was fierce. Another poem about rain. I don't even know what rain looks like. It's been so long since I've seen it. The earth was flooded and the people feared. They cried and prayed for mercy and grace, but they had sinned and ignored God's face. Only one man was righteous and faithful. He was Noah, and he obeyed God's will. He built an ark of wood and pitch. He gathered his family and two of each. The animals came from near and far. They entered the ark and closed the door. They waited for the waters to subside. They trusted in God and Noah's guide. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain poured down and the wind was tight. The ark floated on the endless sea. It was the only hope for humanity. Then God remembered Noah and his crew. He sent a wind and the waters withdrew. He made a covenant with a rainbow sign. He promised to never flood the earth again. Noah and his family left the ark. They thanked God and made a new start. They multiplied and filled the earth. They learned from the flood and its worth. Well, these are pretty inspiring. Can try this one. It came about zip lining, where people get on these lines. They go across the canyon or they go across a river or something way high up over something that's dangerous, treacherous, but they want to adventure, so they put their helmets on and safety gear, and then they ride across the zip line. That's what this is. Oh, my eyes are so dry. Lila had always dreamed of ziplining across the rainforest. She loved the idea of flying through the air, feeling the wind on her face and seeing the beauty of nature from above. She had saved up enough money to go on a trip to Costa Rica, Costa Rica, where she had booked a zip lining tour with a reputable company. She arrived at the zip lining site early in the morning, eager to start her adventure. She met her guide, Carlos, who gave her a safety briefing and helped her put on her harness and helmet. He assured her that the zip lines were safe and tested regularly, and that he would be with her every step of the way. Lila followed Carlos to the first platform, where she saw the first zip line stretching across the canopy. It looked long and steep, and she felt a surge of excitement and nervousness. Carlos went first, showing her how to hold the handle and brake. He reached the other side and waved at her, signaling her to go. Lila took a deep breath and stepped off the platform. She felt a rush of adrenaline as she zoomed down the zip line, feeling the thrill of speed and height. She looked around and saw the lush greenery, the colorful birds, and the sparkling river below. She felt like she was flying, and she loved it. She reached the end of the zip line and braked, slowing down and landing on the next platform. Carlos greeted her with a smile and congratulated her on her first zip line. He told her that there were 6 more zip lines to go, Junie, each one longer and higher than the previous one. Woo! Oh my God. He said that the last one was the best as it crossed a waterfall and offered a spectacular view. Lila couldn't wait to try them all. She followed Carlos to the next platform, ready for more ziplining fun. She felt happy and free, and she knew that this was the best day of her life. All I can say, Junie, is Carlos and Lila, don't be a liar. Don't be a liar. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I couldn't do it. Mm-mm. I'd have to fast for more, at least a week, or everything from yesteryear would come out. Thank you, Judy. Let's see if we can find any more ka-ching poems. The flood, we did that. The zip line. This might be a good one. Minds, M-I-N-D-S, minds of wisdom. The minds of wisdom are closed for retrograde communications. They do not heed the calls of the restless generations. They dwell in silence, guarding their secrets and revelations. They shun the noise, the chaos, and the temptations. The minds of wisdom are closed for retrograde communications. They have seen the rise and fall of civilizations. They have learned the lessons of history and innovations. They have mastered the arts of logic and calculations. The minds of wisdom are closed for retrograde communications. They do not care for the opinions of the masses or the nations. They follow their own path, their own vision and aspirations. They seek the truth, the beauty, and the inspirations. Well, like I say, What are you waiting for? Come on YouTube, 55 and plus, 45 and plus. There's there's a home for you here. There's really, you could see I got on these glasses, look like Honey's glasses that she used to wear. I used them to protect my eyes against these computers and cell phones. But all those herbs and garlic, all of that stuff, it dries your eyes out anyhow. And that cumin seeds and turmeric powder, oh yeah, it cleans all the bad viruses out of your body, but it dries your sinuses and everything. So, you have to pay the cost to be healthy. it's there's no free ride in life. You're gonna work for everything. So it's just the way it goes. Yep, that's the way it goes. Well, welcome in everyone. If I haven't welcomed everybody in, if you're coming in on the replay of this live, welcome in, and thank you for supporting this YouTube. This YouTube has done so well in the last month and in the last week. Um, and it's all because of you all that come into the lives, and you all that uh, click on the short videos. You all are making it all happen. So I have to say thank you for your dedication, loyalty, your contribution. Oh, now Junie, you may have to cover your ears. This poem, this poem is a naughty poem, so you might have to cover your ears. It's about pimp sauce and street lights. Oh, it's short, so you don't have to cover your ears. As I walk down the street looking spiffy and neat, I can feel the pimp sauce oozing from my feet. The street lights shine like diamonds in the night. My pimp sauce glows and looks so bright. My pimp sauce is the best in the town. It even beats the sun up and down. So when I bow my head and strut my stuff, I know my pimp sauce is more than enough. It's the pimps that wash your trucks, Junie. Okay. Oh, well, as long as you don't name drop, because we'd get in trouble if we start dropping some names. I think we already used the car wash owner's name. I did. I probably shouldn't have done that, but may he rest in peace. I think there's some more poems in here like that one. Pimp Sauce. I'm sure there are. Um, Inversion and Jujitsu. What is that? Pimp Sauce and Street Lights. Here's a funny one about the wisdom. I wish I could read Wanda Leah Brayton's poem, The Audacity of Hope, but I know that wouldn't pass the copyright test, so I can't, but oh my God. It's on my podcast, I think. It's on my podcast. But it's powerful. If I could write a poem like that, I would just die and go to heaven. It's just fabulous. The Audacity of Hope by Wanda Leah Brayton. Everybody read that one every chance you get. Okay, this is a poem about the cat who wore diamond earrings, Junie. Sounds like your cat. There was a cat so fine and dandy that he wore diamond earrings so grand. Oh, I think I read that one. Yeah, I did. Okay. And Hank the yeah, Diamond your cat. It sure did. What is this one? Um oh no, my goodness. That's not a poem. Let's see here. It's ooh, I'm so tempted to read Wanda's poem, but then I would have wasted the whole hour that we just spent reading all this other stuff because it won't pass. I'm sure YouTube will catch it and they won't let it fly. Okay, here's a poem about jujitsu and ask Junie asked my brother-in-law if he can wear a pair size 17 flip-flops. Yeah, Diamond is living large with no bills to pay. She got it made, or he got it made. I keep saying he, or you keep telling me it's a she or a he. I forgot which one. This one, a jujitsu master flipped the script. So instead of taking the hit, he used a clever inversion so he could score a submission. He gave his opponent a surprise and deactivated all his size. His technique was on full display, making an impressive display. The crowd was in awe and shock at the master's skill and poise. It was an amazing sight and a jujitsu high point. Well, that wasn't exactly what I thought I was reading, but maybe there's something else. Did I skip any good ones? Nature and Beauty, I read that one. Larry said no, he wears 9.9 and a half. Diamond is a boy. Okay. Well, tell Larry he could still he could still wear 17s and come turn the corner and come back as a Incredible Hulk. He can just turn the corner and come back a size 17 shoe. Oh, oh, June, you know, they have this app. It's the Muskogee Creek Indian Dictionary. And the words, of course, they use the English alphabet. so the letters, we can read the letters. But, at first it looked like something that you would run away from and make you want to pull your hair out and scream. But you know what? I think you're going to like it. What happened to me, I read it a couple of times and already I'm hooked on it. It's something about it, it flows. It awakens your indigenous spirit. I don't know what to tell you, girl. It's an indigenous spirit in us, because of our lineage. And you start to read those words and you hear those words, it's crazy. It's crazy. Or a clown, he said, we'll have to give those size shoes to a well-known retired basketball player whose name we can't mention. Yeah, we know who that is. Mm-hmm. Oh, I know I have some stories. Let's see. But you'll like that. Um, I I don't have it on this. I don't have it on this one. I can't read it from here. I could download it, but um, I'm just going to see if I can find some more stories. Because I I had a powerful dream about stories and poems, so I know I better go ahead and post them. June says, oh yes, I believe that. People are always asking me, what am I banned? Only if they knew. Yeah, yes indeed, girl. Absolutely. If they only knew. If they only knew. I know they would always ask me that. And you know how toxic work environments are. You don't want to say nothing about your personal life. So I wouldn't even hardly say much about anything. So, yeah. Right. Some of this and some of that. A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Exactly. hmm Just throw everything against the wall and see what sticks. Okay, here's a story about the spa. The title is Spa Breakout. This might be a funny one. If it has bears in it, I know it's going to be funny. Yeah, I think this is it. Leo and Benny the Bears. This is a funny one. Once upon a time, in the heart of the forest, there existed a zoo unlike any other. It was a secret haven for animals who yearned for freedom. The zookeepers, blissfully unaware, believed they were merely caring for their charges, but the animals knew better. They whispered secrets to one another, plotting their escape. Among these conspirators were two unlikely allies, Leo the mountain lion and Benny the bear. Thank you. Leo was sleek, with eyes that held the wisdom of the wild. Benny, on the other hand, was rotund and jovial, his fur a patchwork quilt of browns and grays. Together they hatched a daring plan. One moonless night, they slipped through the bars of their enclosures, their hearts pounding with anticipation. They sprinted across the dew-kissed grass, their paws barely making a sound. The forest welcomed them, its ancient trees whispering encouragement. Their destination? The Golden Paws Spa Resort, a luxurious retreat nestled deep within the mountains. It was a place where stressed out humans came to unwind, but Leo and Benny had heard rumors of its lavish treatments and gourmet meals. They wanted a taste of the good life. As they approached the resort, the scent of eucalyptus and lavender filled the air. The spa's neon sign flickered, beckoning them like a distant star. Leo and Benny padded through the automatic doors, their eyes wide with wonder. Inside, they were greeted by a friendly receptionist, a young woman named Isabella. She mistook them for eccentric guests in elaborate costumes and handed them plush robes. Leo's tall, Leo's tail twitched with delight as he imagined himself lounging by the heated pool. The spa attendants fawned over them. Leo received a deep tissue massage, his powerful muscles melting under skilled hands. Benny, meanwhile, settled into a manicure chair, his claws trimmed and buffed. They sipped cucumber infused water and nibbled on organic carrot sticks. The accommodations were fit for royalty. Leo's suite had a panoramic view of the forest, while Benny's bed was piled high with downy pillows. They reveled in the softness, giggling like mischievous cubs. But then came the fateful moment. The bill. Isabella handed them a gold embossed envelope. Leo's eyes widened as he scanned the total. 1 million, $1 million. A whole milli. Benny's jaw dropped, revealing his newly polished teeth. What do we do? Benny whispered. We can't pay this. Leo's mind raced. He remembered the stories of ancient kings who dined and dashed. We'll eat our way out of this, he declared, starting with the staff. So, starting with the staff. And so, under the moon's watchful gaze, Leo and Benny embarked on their second adventure. They stalked the hallways, their bellies rumbling, the spa attendants unsuspecting continued their work, massaging, exfoliating, and applying seaweed wraps. Mm. One by one, the staff disappeared. Isabella vanished while mixing a lavender scented bath. The chef, Gustav, met his end in the kitchen. His famous truffle risotto, left half cooked. Even the yoga instructor, Zen master Shanti, fell victim to their voracious appetites. But the real jackpot awaited them in the casino. Leo's feline instincts guided him to the roulette table where he placed bets with uncanny accuracy. Benny, with his massive paws, pulled the lever on the slot machines. Jackpot spilled forth like honey from a beehive. Flush with winnings, they headed to the resort's sports bar for a victory lap and feast. Hot wings, nachos, and root beer flowed freely. Benny belched, and Leo licked his chops. They were unstoppable. Yeah, Junie, I need a spa day and a jackpot day. That's for sure. That's when the animal control officers arrived. Oh my God. Their tranquilizer guns at the ready. But Leo and Benny were no ordinary runaways. They lunged at the officers, their eyes blazing with defiance. The forest echoed with their roars. And so the legend of Leo and Benny grew. They became folk heroes among the animals. Their escapades recounted around campfires. The zookeepers scratched their heads, wondering how two missing creatures could cause such chaos. As for the spa resort, it closed its doors forever. The staff, well, they became part of the forest ecosystem, the ultimate spa treatment for two hungry runaways. And so, dear sister, if you ever find yourself in the woods, listen carefully. You might hear the distant laughter of Leo and Benny, still on the run, still living their best life to the fullest. Oh, I warned you. I love bears. I warned you. Spa bears. Mm-mm. Diamond, the supervisor there. Yeah, I can picture that. I can believe that. She scratched them until they ran out of there. I was hoping to find something. Wait a minute. This might be one. No, I was hoping to find one about the African continent because I know I have a lot about Kemet and Egyptian history. I have so many, but I'm just taking them as they come here. This one is poem Whispers of the Night. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Oh, whispers of the night, in the quiet of the night, when stars ignite. Their shimmering glow paints the canvas of the sky. Moonlit weaves, moonlight weaves secrets into the fabric of time, and dreams take flight on wings of a sigh. The rustle of leaves, a soft nocturnal song, echoes through the darkness where shadows belong. The world holds its breath as if in reverence, listening to the whispers of the night's eloquence. Silent rivers flow, tracing silver threads, carving stories into the ancient river beds. The owl hoots its wisdom, the crickets hum, and the night blooms with constellations to come. Love, like stardust, settles upon the earth, a celestial dance of souls finding their worth in the quiet of the night. Hearts entwined as the universe weaves its magic divine. So let us linger here beneath the moon's soft gaze, embracing the mystery that nightfall portrays. For in these whispered moments we find solace, and the night becomes our sanctuary, our grace. Well, it's easy to get addicted to these poems. Yeah, part-time only. You work for an African. Oh, ooh, part-time only. Oh, that must be fun. I'll tell you, I've been so fortunate to meet so many people from the continent here. Oh my goodness. Really fortunate. Some of the best. What is this? Watch this. The story of. No, that's a YouTube video. Oh, healthcare agency. Well, I didn't think it was about Pimp Sauce, June. I didn't think it was pimp sauce, and I didn't think you were doing something strange for a little change. I knew better. You got too much going on. I knew you wasn't trying to do nothing with no pimp sauce. Oh, let's see. Here's a story. Yeah. Oh, this is a good story about two individuals on the brink, a different type of nursing. Yeah. This is a story about two individuals on the brink of marriage, harboring secrets about their wealth. Oh, this is a good story. I think I remember this. It's called The Unrevealed Fortunes. In the heart of the bustling city of San Francisco, two hearts, Elena and Marco, were set to unite in what was expected to be the wedding of the decade. Elena, a successful art dealer with an eye for the rarest pieces, and Marco, a tech entrepreneur whose apps were on everyone's phones, had a whirlwind romance that was the envy of all. As the wedding approached, both harbored a secret. Elena, who came from a modest background, had recently inherited a vast collection of priceless art from a distant relative. She feared that revealing this might change Marco's perception of her, or worse, attract him for the wrong reasons. Marco, on the other hand, had made a fortune selling his latest app, but chose to keep this a secret. He wanted to ensure that Elena's love for him was genuine and not swayed by his wealth. Their love was true, but their insecurities led them to hide their newfound fortunes. They went about their days planning a wedding that was modest by their standards, all the while sitting on assets that could turn the event into an affair more extravagant than any royal wedding. The day arrived, and as they stood at the altar, exchanging vows, a sense of unease filled the air. It was not until the reception, when a chance encounter with an old family friend brought the secrets to light, that they realized the folly of their actions. The revelation was a shock to all, but Elena and Marco could only laugh. In trying to protect their love, they had underestimated it. In trying to protect their love, they had underestimated it. As they danced under the stars, they knew that their future together was not just about wealth or art. It was about the trust and honesty they vowed to uphold from that day forward. This tale serves as a gentle reminder that while assets can be substantial, the greatest asset in any relationship is trust. I'll repeat that. The greatest asset in any relationship is trust. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I didn't realize that was that powerful. I knew it was good. I knew there was that hook in there, and I didn't know it packed a punch like that, though. I mean, I probably haven't read it since last year, but whew. But anyways, I'm going to have to put some ointment in my eyes and drink a lot of water because I had too many herbs. And my eye just feels like sandpaper's in there. If I put that ointment in there in front of you, I'll start to look like a Halloween monster with all kind of stuff on my face. So thanks, Aunt Junie, for the big ups and cheese corn and all the snacks that you put in the chat. If I had a cash app, you could hit my cash app so I could get some more snacks. Because my snacks are low. I think I'm down to 1.5 dark chocolate covered almonds. They're so good. They open up the tiny arteries. You know how the arteries get harder with age, and your pressure runs high because your arteries are so tight. The dark chocolate relaxes that, and I kind of went overdose. Yeah, I think you're the one that got me started with it. The dark chocolate is running low, and what else? Well, the veggie chips. Oh my God, I use those when I shouldn't. I'll skip my vegetables instead. I'll skip my vegetables instead of having those. I'll use the veggie chips. And oh, what else good? Well, fruit. It's been so cold, I kind of just put on a bunch of layers and just did my YouTube work. I didn't want to go out there in that cold, but I have to anyhow because I don't like to be without, whole foods. It's good to have juices and fruit smoothies and that kind of stuff, but that whole fruit, whole foods, you can't beat that. You can't beat it. Whole fruit and whole vegetables. I mean, it's a whole different feeling, just like the walnuts. I never, I mean, I sort of didn't really know how powerful walnut is, but I had fasted for a few hours and broke the fast with walnuts and maybe water or walnuts in a fruit smoothie, something light. But the power of that walnut is almost as though somebody took a vacuum cleaner and cleaned your brain. It felt so fresh. Your mind feels so relaxed and clean. I'm not going to be without walnuts. I thought my favorite were cashews. And then after that, maybe uh, almonds or pecans. But they can't touch walnuts. I, it's the kind of thing that you feel so good. You don't know. Did you die and go to heaven? What happened? Your body, everything, your mind, everything feels brand new. So, wow. I hate to stop, but I'll catch you on the next live. And thanks for rolling with a gray silver fox. But I have to jump off of here and then jump onto some other platform and work those. I'm not going to just, I'm not going to stop with one platform. No, I've been listening to a lot of these creators. Some of them have 5 YouTubes. But the thing I was trying to say, I don't know if I finished saying it, but I'll say it again for the replay, is that no matter how many YouTubes you have, if you have AdSense, you can only have one AdSense account to cover all of your YouTubes. So just make sure that when you activate one AdSense account, that you don't go and do it again. Make sure it covers all of your YouTubes. So they have other streams of income that will pay you, and I don't know much about any of them, but I know AdSense is a 70-30 split. They keep 30, they give you 70. That's pretty good. 70 cents on the dollar. When you think about some of these other platforms, I won't call their name out, but they start with an SPOTIFY. You don't even get a penny from them. So you see, it's worth having a YouTube, even if you don't monetize it until years later. My YouTubes are at least I think this one I started on June 12th in 2022 or even before that. And there's some that I started in 2020, and I was so busy working on other platforms, podcasts and other things, that I didn't really do much with my YouTubes other than just post pictures and just post content, but I didn't do lives, or I didn't try to build so that it could be monetized. Yep, it was your birthday. It was your birthday. That's right, June 12th. I remember that. So, yeah, we have to meet certain benchmarks before we can, we have to meet certain benchmarks. Let me go over here and I'll find it. I'll find a couple of them on my, well, anyways, let me not put that on here right now, because that's something that you'll be able to see. But when you're ready to monetize your YouTube, you just find your email, and below your email it will, if you have Google, it will say something like start a YouTube channel. You can click on that. It's real easy. You just click on start a channel, and then your YouTube, you have your YouTube app. If it's on your cell phones, you have your YouTube app. You have your YouTube Studio app. That helps you uh, with your analytics. How many views are you getting for each thing that you post? And it runs all the numbers, calculations on it, and it will track everything. How many benchmarks you have met towards qualifying for any specific revenue stream. It will tell you that. And then it will tell you to click here to authenticate that, like I said before, you're not a robot, you're a person. They want to make sure that. And then they want to make sure that they have the correct identity, your correct identity, so nobody can steal your YouTube earnings. Both have a channel, good, but he has a concert on there starring him. Yeah, see, that's the good thing. Even if you just build it up, you're just building a library. Then when you're ready, you will want to wait until you're ready, so that after you go and get monetized, you don't want to be deactivated. Once you activate it, that's the thing you have to remember, to activate it, because you may have already went through so many steps to authenticate it, authorize your identity, jumping through all these different steps. You may forget to click activate, but until you activate, you can't get paid for your content. And some of my content is so old, I don't expect to get paid for it. But the thing is, June, some of that old stuff that you all have, now that they have short videos, you can get paid for short videos. You can take clips from your old content, put it on the short video, or they have this, what they call remix. You can create new videos and throw up a green screen. They have so many tools, and they keep putting up new stuff. Don't think you're going to remember hardly anything because they're doing so much. But you can throw up a green screen, put some old content beside some new content, cheese corn before, cheese corn after. Back in the day, cheese corn, 21st century. So it's not a waste of time. You're building your library, and then, like I said, when you're ready to really set aside time to go live, so you don't have to activate, deactivate, or if you're not even interested, in going activating, you don't have to even do that. You can just use it as a library. That was mine, just a repository for family photos and videos, and I just figured, you need a whole team to produce the quality, and they would kick everything else off of their channel, but they don't do that now. They've changed, and they want as many creators as they can find, because they're, in the next 3 years, they're going hard. They're going after advertisers around the clock, and the advertisers are happy to come on to Google's platforms, but they want to know there's endless streams of content because they're paying top dollar to produce their ads, their commercial content, and all they want is us to produce content so they could put something, splice something in between there, or we can tell them where to put their commercials. And we have the last say so who can advertise on our content. It's not like SPOTIFY pretending like they sent me all these emails saying you should monetize, you're eligible to monetize. They keep sending me these things. I read for days, and then the last thing they in their email says, I don't qualify I'm not eligible. So you get kind of burnt out with running around the rabbit hole like that for nothing, for no reason. So, but SPOTIFY. Even though I'm not being paid, I'm not monetized. My podcast is not monetized. They are still running ads. They're still running ads on my content. So YouTube, they'll let you pick the spots. You know, there's different videos all over YouTube that tell you how to do everything. You don't have to remember nothing. They even have a search engine. YouTube's search engine is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, in the world. And you just type, once you get a YouTube Studio app on your phone, all of that is free. It's not only going to track all your data, but it's going to give you a browser once you start uh, going live or building content onto your YouTube. It will give you all these trends. You just type in the browser anything you want to know. You type in the browser and they will automatically pull up all the content that's ever been created on YouTube. They'll start sending that your way. No matter what your question is, they've got the content to match it. So you don't have to memorize anything. They have their own browser, and they are constantly, calculating all your work. There's a fun app. I don't think they own it. It's called Social Blade, BLADE, Social Blade app. It probably would work for you now because you and Larry have a channel. You can put Social Blade on your hard drive or on your desktop or your phones, and Social Blade will show you everything on YouTube, every platform that you have content on. They will show you all your work. Then they will give you projections on how much money your content is translates to dollars and cents, because not everybody's monetized, but they tell you the dollar value of your content right now today, whether you're monetized or not. Because I'm not monetized here on YouTube, but I can go to Social Blade and I can look at the value, how much this live right here, how much it would translate into dollars and cents. And they have they analyze everything down to the wire and beyond. It's so interesting. It lets you know let you know it's profitable, and that you don't you don't really work up a sweat doing this. You really don't. If I sweat, it's because I got on too many clothes and the heat is up too high. But you don't work up a sweat doing this if you do what you enjoy, if you do what you like. It's not gonna be, it's not even work. You know, it's more fun than anything else. And you get to meet all these fun people, you know. So the these short videos, I put up a lot of those, and I do lives on this YouTube, but on my other YouTubes, I really I think one is maybe just a few more short videos. I probably could do 5 more short videos and start going live on another channel. But I'm not in a hurry because I'm only going to, try to put up quality. I'm not going to try to just throw something up there just for, ka-ching. I'm not going to do that. But I'm going to check out that you told me about, June, because I probably, even if I only live in one state half the year, another state half the year, probably going to want to stay in this state for a long time. But the the meter is, it said reconnect. I must have hit something. Anyways, yeah, I better go because I drank so many, what are those? Water and, those blenders we use, Junie. I fill them up and just keep drinking, either with fruit or water. I just keep drinking. So, I'm ready to float on to the ladies' room now. So, but love you all. Love you, Junie. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining in. I wish I had stayed long enough to tell you some scary stories for Halloween. Okay. All right now. Stay warm. Don't get too cold. I've got one heater in the bathroom that needs to be fixed. Blur, yes. It feels like that. There's one heater in the ceiling in the bathroom. The poor technician, he fixed it so many times. He keeps putting a new heater in there, and he's done it so many times. Last time, he always takes a photo. It'll work for him. Soon as he's out the door, it won't work. So, why should I buy one when they have a new one right there in the ceiling? So, but anyways, I really got a water bill to pay now. Bye bye. Oh my.